I want you to want me forever and always, but you only want me when you're feeling lonely. But that hardly happens, 'cause you're very pretty and everyone wants you to want them forever. Winter is freezing and trees start to bolt, and I don't wanna be sitting alone in a room that's just filled with my soul. And so I came to this place, I'm looking for a familiar face, and that's when I saw you. 'Cause you don't know me and I don't know you, but it breaks my heart. You're looking so blue on the last of the year. I just picked your name on the coffee cup, but a stroke of luck, the guy just messed up and gave your cup to me. Swapping our cups, and after a while we're swapping a glass. And I can't think nothing better. I started a year with a drop of romance. 'Cause I came to this place looking for a familiar face, and that's when I met you. 'Cause you don't know me and I don't know you, but it breaks my heart. You're looking so blue on the first of the year. I just picked your name on the coffee cup, with a stroke of luck, the guy just messed up and gave your cup to me. Cappuccino is what matters me. The way you came toward me, dragging your feet, and I just smiled at you. perfect guy. I can't have a bad temper, make a big fuss and cry. And I know that lately it's been hard. We had a boundary right. But if you give me one more chance, make it effortless. So if you want to come back home, I will be cooking Sunday breakfast for week long. We're gonna go and skate on frozen lakes, spend the morning baking cakes with the glowing of our love. Love has given us wings, and we're supposed to go high. But life got in the way, and we forgot to fly. And now I think that we're ready to finally leave the nest. We'll take a little leap of faith, and I will do the rest. So if you want to come back home, I will be cooking Sunday breakfast for week long. We're gonna go and skate on frozen lakes, spend the morning baking cakes with the glowing of our love. So if you want to come back home, I will be cooking Sunday breakfast for week long. We're gonna go and skate on frozen lakes, spend the morning baking cakes with the glowing of our love. If you just look through the scintillating door, you're gonna see me there, just sitting on my own. I hear the people laugh, but I just check my clock. I've never been the best. We've mingled as more talk, and then I hear a crash behind my back. One glass of mulled wine rains down my jacket, then I see you blushing, and suddenly it's clear when I look at you that Christmas is here. You tell me, don't you think this place is looking crowded? And then you whisper in my ear, look, I'm not even sure. My mind's a little clouded, but it looks like Christmas is here.
You ask me about my sweater with Santa in space. I tell you it's a gift from the owner of this place.
And then you're looking up and tell me with a glow, it looks like we stand under a mistletoe. And then we feel a bump
behind our back,
somebody pushing you,
or the table cracks.
and then I'm thanking Santa,
This must be a sign,
'cause your funny space sweater
is now full of wine.
You tell me, don't you think this part is very loud? That's why you whisper in my ear,
Let's find another place and leave behind this crowd, and then door, just sitting on your own. Decide to break the ice by setting up the tone. Looking for a way to finally catch your eye. Couldn't think of nothing better than a glass of spilled wine. You tell me, don't you think this party's very loud? That's why you whispered in my ear. Let's find another place and leave behind this crowd. 'Cause Christmas is finally here.
perfect guy. I can have a bad temper, make a big fuss and cry. And I know that lately between us we had it bound to right. But if you give me one more chance, I make it effortless. So if you want to come back home, I will cook you Sunday breakfast for we're close. We're gonna go and skate on frozen lakes. with the glowing of our love. Love has given us wings, and we're supposed to go high. But life got in the way, and we forgot to fly. And now I think that we're ready to finally leave the nest. We'll take a little leap of faith, and I will do the rest. So if you want to come back home, I will cook Sunday breakfast. Oh, we're gonna go and skate on frozen lakes, spend the morning baking cakes with the glowing of our love. So if you want to come back home, I will be cooking Sunday breakfast. Oh, spend the morning baking cakes with the glowing